we are in a Cessna 206 headed for Kanyemba in the Zambezi Valley, and this is where the Vadoma live. This is Sunday, and it's going to be an exciting day, as you will see.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Yes.
Morning. Bambo, I'm right.
With all the weight out, right now the pilot is going back to Harare to pick up the ladies and to bring them here, and it will probably take him at least 2.5 to 3 hours. But now we're going down to where the meeting and the people are. Bob, focus in on the tent. They did have a tent in here that was donated to the Vadoma, but as you see, because of the hot sun, it has rotten the canvas and the threads, and it is only serving very little, almost a futile purpose. Nevertheless, it's a tent. It's better than our tent. Can we say our tent is better in Oregon that we have than this one? Did you come here on your first trip?
Our first trip was over closer to the DA camp, and then from there we went over to Chief Chipoto's village.
How far away from here?
By road it's about 15, 18 kilometers. But we met Chief Chipoto. At that time he was very, very sick. We prayed for him and God instantly healed him. And because of that experience, he opened the door for us to go into the Vadoma.
And you crossed the river and went on.
At that time it was a little bit of rain, so we forged the river and we walked about 3 miles back into the first Vadoma village. Shortly after that, we were able to get in contact with them, and it was on a Thursday. On Saturday, we had the first meeting. It's incredible. They didn't know that we had clothes and food. We just told them, we went in and I said, I want to introduce you to a man, and his name is Jesus Christ. Have you ever met him? Ever heard of him? So this is I said, you come on Saturday to Chief Chipoto's village and we'll introduce you to him. And that was our first experience with the Vadoma.
And how long was the walk from that point on into the first village?
Well, from Chief Chipoto's village was about 3.5 miles.
And you just went by a path?
Yeah.
We need to call Patrick over.
Okay.
Patrick, I'd like to introduce you to the camera here because your picture is going to be shown in America.
Okay.
This is Patrick, the young man that went with Pastor Roselle on the first trip, and he had the experience of receiving. Was it explain that?
As we were introduced to the Vadoma, Patrick, who speaks 5 languages himself, explained to me that he could not communicate well with the Vadoma because he didn't understand their language. And as we got about halfway to the first village, he said, I can't understand this man, so we'll never be able to preach to him. What are we going to do? I said, well, the only thing I know how to do is to pray. And so we stood there in the middle of the path underneath the elephant grass, and we prayed and started walking again. And as the first village came into view, Patrick let out a shout. He says, "Fundis, Fundis!" And I thought a lion had come. I really, because they had told us that there were maningi shuma, many lions in the area. So as he shouted, I'm looking for a lion to see which one had come out to get us, you know. And as I said, Patrick, what happened? He says, God has just given me the language of the Vadoma. And he was communicating them.
Is that an instant happening, Patrick? Instant happening. Just immediately you began to understand what the Vadoma was saying to you. What a testimony. What a testimony.
It's the day of Pentecost we visited.
Yes. Well, we're glad to be here with you, Patrick. We're going to enjoy the day with you. How far away is the land?
You're on the land now.
This is the
This is
land.
the land they have given us.
Would you explain that to the camera?
Well, we've been here, coming up here now for about 6 years, and we have been trying to get land allotted to us so that we could build a mission site here, build a church and a place for the pastor. And so as we applied, they refused again and again, and we've been all this time, and finally just a short time ago, the government has agreed to give us this portion of land to build a church and also a place for the pastor to live. So we're praising God for the way that He has opened the door for us here. It's been a difficult battle, but God has now given us the victory, and we praise God for
How many years has it been?
About a little over 6 years now.
6 years.
Nearly 7. Nearly
Almost
7 years now. Time flies when you're having fun.
Those are the mountains where the Vadoma were living.
Those are the what?
The mountain for the Vadoma where they were living. Until those ones.